Yes. Hey, Ike. Hey, pleasure to meet you.
Same here, same here. You are some inspirational dude. I like the way from the time I encountered you on YouTube and I probably started following you on TikTok. You don't do much on TikTok.
Yeah, not much.
You don't do, maybe you should start because that place is really, heating up and people, it is another good platform to look into if you feel
Yeah.
like.
Believe it or not, I had an intern who, I always considered TikTok kind of for young people. I'm a 70s baby. It's just,
Me
TikTok
too.
and all
Me
these
too.
other,
I'm 70s as well, but
yeah.
I actually I know that government is not pleased with TikTok. They frown at it, so I do it on my phone, so I don't do nothing on the computer that I use and on my laptop. I don't TikTok there so that the government won't see any trace. So I just leave it on my phone and do the app TikTok app on my phone and just leave it there. I
Yeah.
separate the two so that two of them done. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. Yeah.
Oh, it's cool. Well, hey man, well, I'm glad that you like the content and it's invigorating and inspired you to get involved with the DLA through, some of my educational resources that providing. It's new to me, and so I'm excited that I'm reaching so many people and inspiring and helping people along their journey with the DLA. I see I got you here for talk a little bit about SAI Global and to get you some training to make sure you can maximize your 14-day free trial with SAI Global. And
It's
typically,
almost ending. It's almost ending. I've not been using it. I'm like, wow, this thing is about to end and I've not utilized it so much. I need to get with it at least if I can get a few days out of it before we decide.
taking you back to Logicom, I want to give you just a little bit more. So we've already clicked on the cage code link here. Now let's click on the NIN because with the NIN, you're able to get a little bit more detail about this part. So the solicitation itself, again, will call out the actual part number that the DLA is asking for. So it gives you kind of a host of them. So always reference the solicitation to see what the DLA is actually looking to buy today. Some of these part numbers may be obsolete, they've been changed and modified over the years or whatever. So you want to just fact check on the part number that you're looking for as well. But when you come into here, you have in the left margin, you can click on drawings. And sometimes, if you notice on DIBBS, there were no drawings available as far as C folders that were called out as far as tech drawings. But guess what? We got lucky because you can come in here and see that there are vendor drawings available that only SAI Global provides this because the DLA has it available. I don't know how the software works and why they're able to pull stuff that DIBBS that's not shown on DIBBS. Don't ask me. I just say I'm glad I have access to it. But by clicking on view, when you go into view here, you can then click on one of these. It says drawing. Here's another link. I'm just going to click on. Well, actually, you can click on the PDF right here. And every now and then, when you click it, it may actually provide you with a drawing that you don't even need to go to C folders to get. Now, I'm not going to say it's always going to be like this because it's worth checking when you're doing your research because there's a
Yeah.
drawing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Beautiful.
saying? And so we were just on DIBBS. There was no drawing on DIBBS.
Yeah. There was
Why do we
no.
have a drawing here? So SCI Global has this API that can get you whatever the DLA
Yeah. That
allows,
is
I guess,
that
these third-party vendors to get you access.
That web Phyllis, that web FLIS. They have their API is logged onto web FLEIS.
Yeah, possibly you're talking above my pay grade now.
Oh, no.
But yeah, so what I'm saying is it's a hit and miss. Sometimes you will find drawings, sometimes you won't. But it's all really what the DLA has. This could be part of SCI Global's repository of information because their company was not designed to do what our company has used their software to do. It
Yeah.
really is a place to get specifications on a global level. But we just years ago, man, I just started using it to do DIB stuff, and
Yeah.
it just kind of worked out. They were surprised when I reached out to them and asked about training. They were like, "Wow, you're using our software to work with DIBBS?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yes.
SCI Global, they're a UK company. They're based in the UK, believe it or not. They're not even an American company.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just
I've
FYI on
noticed.
that. And then as we scroll down here, procurement history. is another area that I like to hone in on. And procurement history, again, kind of gives you past award information. They don't do a very good job at forecasting what demand will look like. It only gives you past stuff. But from here, you're able to do a deeper dive by putting in search results to make it 100. And I can now get a snapshot of who the players have been with this part over the years from 2011 up to date. So you see Milwaukee has been pretty much owning this for years, and then they had another company come in and kind of steal some of the business from them. The Samuel Levine came in, and then Pima Valve. So are these companies making a competitive, are they reproducing this valve, or are they distributors of Milwaukee? The way you can find out is by calling Milwaukee and saying, hey, is Prima Valve one of your authorized distributors? They'll tell you. They'll say, no, they're not. And then you kind of get an idea of, this is a product that we can maybe remanufacture down in Mexico. So it really has a lot to do with how deep you want to dive in, but this gives you great information to use and use your engineering mind to solve the problem. That's really where it goes. And then from there, so great information there. All right. And then you also have access to, here, I'm going to shut this down, open up another window, one more pop-up. I mean, great tool, man. And I would recommend giving it a go, because you only have 3 days left in your free trial. Give it a go for a year and see what you can do with it. Because it's been one of those tools that keeps on giving. It keeps on giving. But there's another link here that I like to click on called technical characteristics. Every now and then you'll get a vendor, let's say no drawings were available here, and you may get a vendor that comes back and says, hey, I need a little bit more information on this part number. And you're able to put the search results back, and they may ask questions about materials. Now you can tell them it's some kind of nickel alloy, or they may ask dimensions and things like that. So you can get the tech data straight from your fingertips here. And again, this is all information that's in the DLA's database the SAI Global pulls in. And so last but not least, there's a nice link here for packaging data. The real rubber that meets the pavement with DLA is knowing how to package this stuff. And so a lot of times, if you're doing your intel, of course, I always recommend reaching out to your vendor and asking them questions about length, width, height, dimensions, and weight. But if you just want to save time and you just want to get an idea, hey, if I want to, play this, these things potentially could weigh around 18 pounds. Again, this is information that the DLA puts into their database. So, SAI Global does not fact check and verify the accuracy of the data, but at least it gives you some information that the DLA has loaded into their database. And it's saying that these valves weigh about 18 pounds each. If you notice, there are no dimensions here. So again, that would cause you to kind of fact check to make sure. But it also tells you wrapping codes, material packaging codes, like if there are anything that stands out as it relates to, hey, does this require any kind of special marking or special packaging? You can kind of get those codes here by just clicking on the little hyperlink, and it tells you what those codes stand for to give you more of an idea of, hey, how much money will I need to package this stuff? Because these valves may be going to a remote base in Nepal somewhere, so it helps you to get that information up front to know how to position your pricing as it relates to going after this bid on DIBBS. And last but not least, it's always good to pull up the solicitation. And I think I had it in one of these screens, or maybe it loaded. I don't know if that's solicitation that we were just looking at loaded or not. No, that's not it. I think it must be here. No, that's the same one we tried to load before. Let me click this. I always like to go after small business set-asides. My team, we bid on unrestricted, like my team, they kind of are, I'm hitting the same button twice. They are like entrepreneurs within the entrepreneur organization, in that they go after business that they want to go after. And sometimes, I tell them, hey, if this box is checked, this is not a small business set-aside. I avoid it because, you're going to be working directly with the incumbents and, the OEMs. But whenever this box is checked that it is a small business set aside, yes, I definitely think it's, well worth going after. And you don't necessarily have to check the box to do that. You can basically go, wait a minute, it says SB, small business.
Yeah, SB, yeah,
so
small
why
business.
is it? Wait a minute, what? That ends in 36A.
No, that was a different one, yeah. I think you already have it open. Does it
It's up right there.
3633? I don't
No,
know.
that's
Maybe
the other one.
if you open this one,
I thought I opened it.
yeah, that's it. That's it here.
Well, if it says it, this is it here.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, 368. So this is a small business set aside. So, this is one where, Milwaukee can't bid direct, so this may be a great opportunity to reach out to Milwaukee and ask them a little bit about this one if they want to bid it. Or like I said, if you here and scrolling down here too, this is where you will fact check the actual part number that the DLA is interested in buying by looking in section B of your solicitation. Scroll down. All right, so it shows you past award was 704 last year on this one, and it was awarded to 3B558, which that's in the past award information on that in Logicom. But as I scroll down, there it is. That's the part number. So remember all those other part numbers that came back? That's the one that DLA cares about. Excuse me. All right. So then, that way you can reach out to Milwaukee, or if they have an authorized distributor in your area. And by the way, Ike, where are you located?
We're in Houston area, Sugarland.
Okay, Sugarland, you in Texas. Okay, great.
Yeah,
I'm out here in Dallas.
Close to you. You're in Dallas. Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's just one strategy. But again, so as you can see, I'm using SAI Global software in conjunction with DLA, with DIBBS, to kind of just give me a little bit more intel. It gives you an edge over your competition because he who controls the information has the more of an opportunity of getting the profit. And so, that's one way that you can kind of cut that up. And again, SAI Global, I'm not covering every single thing that's available to you in the software. I'm just kind of giving you a very high level, but keep in mind, you can mix and match different criteria. Like you can put Milwaukee valve, and you might be looking for bolts. And so you put the word Milwaukee valve and then item name bolts, and maybe there are bolts, spare parts to a valve that you may be able to get access to, so it's really about how you put the information in. You can search by FSC code, by part number. I mean, everything you see here, don't be afraid to click on something. You can't break anything. So anything you see, click it, learn something about the software. And of course, Ike, if you want to reach back out to me and schedule another one-on-one just to talk more about SAI Global or any kind of things like that, you have the links that I provided to you where you can, book a session with me and we can talk more strategy, more detail there. I highly recommend you consider, if you're not already part of our CMCC on YouTube, the members only. I do bi-monthly meetings.
Yeah,
every other Saturday.
I used to sign up. I signed up, but but I do it month by month. But I'll do another one, because I need to have access to you, even if it is through YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, those sessions are growing. I mean, the last session we had was pretty cool. And all those sessions that I have, they're 2 hours long. They're in a members only vault. So if you have time to kind of, if you join at the commander level, you have access to those videos. And man, you would just be surprised the kind of information that we discuss in those meetings where folks are new to DLA. They're asking questions, not necessarily about valves, but they're talking about packaging. They're talking about ways of getting financing.
Yeah, packaging is going to be, I think about packaging, but I said, when I get to that bridge, I'll cross it. Packaging, I know that they're very meticulous about packaging, but I said, well, I'm not going to worry about it. Let me win the job first. Then I'll get to that bridge.
And to get to that bridge, and making sure you factor enough profit in your bid to cover anything you might have forgotten or missed when it comes to packaging. Because packaging, especially when you get to valves and like things that are 18 pounds each, that's heavy. So that means the shipping and the handling and the movement of it, you got to pay for that. And so the DLA has to pay for that. So you got to know.
There's just one question. Some of them, they said, you're shipping from source. So they're picking it up. They're paying the shipping themselves. Some of them you have to pay destination.
Yes. Yep. And so those are solicitations where let's pull up this one that we were just looking at here. That's the one that was, All right. So this one here, well, no, that's not the one I wanted. I want the one we were just talking about. This one here, that one. All right. So this solicitation here is a small business set aside, which is great. So we're not competing directly with Milwaukee, but you'll see in block 7, the delivery is FOB other. Other means that the DLA will pay for freight from
Beautiful.
the point of the labeling. So wherever the labeling and packaging is done, let's say is done in this case, I think these are about 18 pounds if we did the analysis correctly.
Yeah.
And how many was it? I think it was like 24 of these things. So you would hopefully be able to arrange with Milwaukee or your elected distributor for Milwaukee that it would come into their dock, and then you would have to make sure that each one of these valves has the mill standard 129 labels and is packaged in accordance to your contract. And then once all that's ready to rock and roll, you have to communicate with your vendor and say, okay, are these valves palletized? How many come on a pallet? What are the dimensions of the pallet? And then you go into VSM and you arrange for pickup from their location, wherever they are. Conis. Keep in mind, it has to be continental United States. The DLA will not pick up in Mexico. They're not going to pick it up in Canada. They're not going to pick it up nowhere else but they don't do, well, you can arrange OCONIS for certain contracts, but you have to do that ahead of time where the DLA will reimburse you for international shipping costs. Right. I have never had a contract where we've done that, but I do know that the DLA will pay for shipping that you negotiate, but as it relates to these types of contracts, because keep in mind, this is an automated award because it has a T. If there's a T or a U in the 9th position of the solicitation, that means it's an automated award where you don't really get a chance to do too much negotiation with the DLA because the computer is automatically awarded. So just knowing, that the DLA will cover CONIS, the pickup fees to ship it to the designated DLA depot. Now, if it's on FOB destination, then that means the DLA will not pay for shipping and you'll be responsible for shipping it from your point of source. That means wherever you get it labeled and packaged, whether it be your office in Houston, in Sugar Land, or in California for your vendor, they're going to have to pay freight to get it to the DLA and wherever that may be. Sometimes the DLA will provide you in the solicitation of the final point of shipping point. Let's see, I lost connection to you. Hold on, I'm trying to
you're scrolling.
I think there's some lag going on.
Yeah, but
it's scrolling on your end?
Yeah, it's scrolling on my end. Yeah.
Okay, it's not. Yeah, it's not scrolling on my end. I got some lag going on here, but I'm trying to scroll down to section B where it may show you. Okay, there it is. It just woke up on my end. I believe it did. Zoom is giving us a hard time right now. But what I was trying to do is scroll all the way down to the bottom of this thing so you can see where it's shipping to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, it finally caught up. It just caught up. I had some lag. Okay, it's catching up. It's still a little bit of lag in there. Come on. Come on, computer.
Yeah, I have a whole lot of things open.
Yeah. All right, we're getting there.
Yeah, that's section B.
All right. And so I always like to go to the very bottom of this contract. So here's 21 of these valves, and it tells you where it's shipping right here. Freight shipping address is going to New Cumberland, Pennsylvania. So sometimes you will have it in the solicitation where it tells you where all 21 valves are going, and sometimes it won't. You won't find out until you get the contract award because it may be going to a freight forwarder, in Maine that is going to be repackaged from the DLA and shipped to army base in Germany and things like that, but it's always good to kind of, when you're going after your solicitation, try to get all this information. And then of course you're lucky here too in this one because it gives you all the packaging data right there. Sometimes solicitations give it, sometimes they don't, but here you can. And that way you can go ahead and put this information into the you've seen that link, that video that I have, the link where you can translate these codes. And so like preservation method AE, that's, I'm not sure what that code is off the top of my head, but you have to understand what that preservation method is because that's how the DLA wants it to be preserved. AE might mean some kind of grease fittings or something. You have to make sure the valve is greased up real good, that kind of thing. So anyway, man, we could talk on and on. We exhausted our time today, but hopefully I've been able to give you a little bit of insight into the power of SAI Global. It's amazing how many people will do the trial and not sign up with it. I just say, well, they're just probably not serious about doing business with the DLA. But if you're really serious about it, I think this is one of those tools that will definitely help to next you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kevin. Kendrick, I'm really grateful for you spending time to answer some of the questions and walk me through this. It's an expensive software to get, and it's something I know I need to get. I'm going to have a discussion with my partner and see how we can get it started. And I probably, I'll sign up on the YouTube so I can be able to follow up with you, because every once in a while there are questions that come, and I'd like to at least, send it across during the YouTube month sessions and get it going.
All right, cool. Well, hey, man, you know where to find me, Ike.
And,
I appreciate all that. And when you finally do get your first contract, I just recently launched a third masterclass, and I made an announcement in my last video that I had launched it. It's the 4 steps to post-award processes to successfully complete your contract. And that basically, let's say you get your first contract, you take this masterclass. It's going to teach you how to package, label, how to interpret the information in your contract, how to ship, and then how to invoice the DLA, because there's no other training that's out there that teaches you how to invoice the DLA. Mm-hmm. Now, you can go through DFAST and call the 800 number and talk to customer service, and they can step you through it. But I create this masterclass that it saves you that time and energy. It's right there at your fingertips through this masterclass. So, I'm going to continue to keep putting out content that I think is relevant to helping people be successful with DLA. And of course, you know how to find me with the links and everything else, man. So
thank you so much. This has been priceless. Thank you.
Cool, man. All right. Well, thanks again for that. And hey, Ike, man, I'll see you at the top.
Yeah, see you at the top. Yeah, very soon.
Please don't forget to check out my suite of highly effective DLA masterclasses. 8 steps to successful federal supply contract bid submissions to the DLA. This is my pre-award flagship masterclass, which provides a balanced approach to virtual education and is designed for both beginners and seasoned companies alike, with proven techniques on the best way to position your organization to being successful with winning federal supply contracts with the DLA. 4 steps to general post-award processes to successfully complete supply contracts with the DLA. This is considered my post-award advanced masterclass, which is part 2 of my flagship masterclass, which is designed to answer the question, what do I do now, after you successfully won a federal supply contract with the DLA. And last but not least, 4 steps to fast-track enhanced JCP certification for controlled technical documents. This is also an advanced masterclass that will get you fast-tracked to achieve enhanced joint certification or EJCP approval within 7 to 10 business days. If your business is interested in manufacturing products for the DLA, you'll need EJCP approval to gain access to export-controlled engineering drawings and associated technical documents. My complete suite of DLA masterclasses contains more than 7 hours worth of content, along with proprietary and recommended software tools that are designed to empower you for success with the DLA. Check out the links provided in the description below to learn more today. In addition to my available suite of DLA masterclasses, I also provide training with the use of recommended software tools to give you the winning edge on being successful in scaling your business with the DLA. SAI Global's Logicom and Opportunity Manager online software tools are designed to assist you with managing DLA solicitations, researching both national stock numbers and manufacturers, including providing advanced past award information right at your fingertips to give you the intel that you'll need to win with the DLA. The NMS Part Pricing Tool version 2.0 is a proprietary cloud-based software tool that is designed to give you the winning edge in both pricing your product bids and storing your product pricing data across your enterprise. As a bonus, you'll also receive the NMS data mining and RFQ sheet tool as showcased in my flagship masterclass. Check out the links provided in the description below to learn more today.